Hey everybody, how's it going? I wanted to show you a couple of ways you might do footnotes in Excel. As probably everybody that has a basic working knowledge of Excel knows, there's not really a built-in proper way to do it like you might do in Word because it's not the right tool to do it. However, there's a lot of instances where people, and this discussion and video inspiration came out of discussions with an attorney of how they need to have footnotes and additional information, and they are using Excel instead of Word, and so they come up with these ways to do it. So I'll show you what they do first, which I think is kind of clunky, but it's just, again, that's what they use. So if I have this cable bill and it's $60 a month, and you can see I have things formatted to be accounting right now. If I wanted to add a footnote, what they may do is they may say, well, I want to add a footnote 1 here. Now it becomes $601, and if I wanted to try and make that into a superscript, I would go up here, and it's not even, and I would click font, and then I would click superscript, and it looks like it's a superscript, but then when you click off, because it's formatted as accounting, it's not going to show up. So maybe you would put a single quote here to make it into a text field, and then you'd go back in here and then do that again, and you'd make it superscript. And now it looks like it's going to stay. Oh, nope, it's not. So how do we get this to stay? Well, maybe we format it as text. Now it finally gets it to stay. So there's a lot of monkeying around here. And then I have to go footnotes. And I say, one, this is my cable bill. And, of course, you might have to also go into the print properties to look at each page or put in a footer or header to make sure that this shows up on the same page. And it's just, to me, not that great of a way to do this. So I would suggest instead, let's change this back to money. So we'll go back down to accounting. We'll move this quote here. We'll change it to 60. So now it's back to $60. And what a better tool I think to use is to add just a comment. So if you go in the review tab, you say comment, new comment, this is my cable bill, and you hit post. And then maybe the attorney is coming through and they come in and they're looking at this and they say, oh, interesting, this is my cable bill. Tim, does this include internet service? And then I'll come through and they send it back and say yes, whatever the answer is. So now you've got a stream, of course, everybody knows how these comments work. So now you've got a little stream of what's going on, and there's, date stamps and stuff. So a couple things, when you're going through this, the attorney or whoever's reviewing it can look at this quickly and say, oh, okay, here's a little conversation on that. Here's this, here's some additional explanation. And, the comments are all, like, you can see them because they have a little purple tick in the corner. I've seen it different colors, probably depending on your setup. So then what you may want to do is actually go up here, and if you click this button here, and it changes whether you're in full screen or not. If you click show comments, it opens up a pane to the right, and so you can see all your comments while you're working on the document. So they're all here too. So then I can go, oh, cell 2 is here. Oh, and then, so that's another way to look at it. And again, it's pretty awesome that you can just kind of cross-reference these pretty easily. I guess the final thing would be, how would you then print this out? So I'm just going to close this pane for now. And if you go up to page layout and page setup, there is a tab here called sheet. And if you click on this, I would encourage you to enable grid lines. You don't have to. Definitely row and column headings, because you want to know if it's cell B11 or B9. And then for comments and notes, you would select at the end of the sheet. So if we look at a print preview of what's going to show up, you will see here that this is the spreadsheet that we just saw, and it's got the different columns, different data here, and you can make this look a lot prettier if you would like. And then if you scroll to the second page, it actually has then here cell B3 that might be a little hard to read, and it's got my name, and it's got this is what my rent is, and then it's got a date stamp, and the whole conversation is stored here. And so there's all this additional information about each cell that can be cross-referenced, and this will all print out at the end. You don't have to worry about cutting things off. So I would say that this is probably the best way to do it if you're going to have to use footnotes in Excel. And I didn't find a lot when I searched for this. So that's why I'm putting this out there and hoping it helps some other people. Thanks for watching.